You ever just have one of those weeks where you can't stop yourself from diving back into old games you played 10, 15, 20 some odd years ago? That is essentially where I have found myself for the last couple of weeks. I couldn't explain to you why, but nostalgia is a funny thing. Welcome back, y'all. We are starting, which I think we should call maybe a new series. It's very similar to the Holodeck Hour, but I'm tentatively calling it the Rogues Gallery. Similar in nature to the Holodeck Hour. It's just focusing on roguelikes and stuff of that nature. At the end of the day, it's the same type of video. You're watching somebody play a game that they are mediocre at and giving mediocre commentary, but isn't that all content on YouTube? Oh man, degrading content is all that we have. Anyways, this is Teleglitch Die More Edition, which is a game that, gosh, this must have come out easily over a decade ago, and I still think about it all the time. I probably haven't played it in about 7 or 8 years. I really should have looked at the last time I played it before I booted it up, but now that data is lost to me. But yeah, this is a roguelike, top-down, kind of old-school aesthetic shooter. There's really not a lot like it, if I'm being honest with you. At least not off the top of my head. Yeah, it's 2D, top-down. I just remember this. It got like crazy good reviews on PC Gamer and Rock Paper Shotgun back when I was really into reading those. I still do read them, to say the least, but back before there was a litany of social media kind of surrounding this type of stuff. And yeah, I always really liked it, but it's very, very hard, and that is partially why I think the Rogues Gallery series will be good for this type of stuff, because a lot of these games, I'm just playing to play and talking to talk. Let's be honest. I don't know if there's too much more to offer than that. It has this. It's a very interesting game. It's kind of like survival horror roguelike, but very 2D, very generative, very, very difficult. I think that's enough though of a boring intro, because who doesn't love staring at a screen? That's probably the best part of all these. We'll kick it off though, and we'll describe a little bit more as we get going. There's not much of a story. You are a robot, essentially, that is stuck on like a planet, and you're just trying to break out. And there's like monsters and stuff. That is the long and short of the elements. We were working on a master teleporter that could transport you anywhere to unlimited distances, but something went wrong. Something came through from the other side. First, we thought it was a minor glitch, but it quickly turned into a nightmare. The facility AI became aggressive, and the military robots turned on us. The space at the complex started warping. Rooms and hallways would randomly reorganize themselves as if following some twisted pattern. I decided to seal myself in here and wait for help. I've been hiding out here for weeks, but nobody came and I am running out of food. My only chance is to use the regular teleporters of the facility to get to the master teleporter, and then teleport myself back to Earth. Okay, so maybe you're not a robot. I guess in the tutorial you are a robot. I did run back the tutorial because I haven't played this game in, very long time, to say the least. But this is what we have here. What's also very interesting about this game, there's no music. Or at least, not music that I can find. I was trying to figure it out because I'm like, it's so eerily silent. Maybe we'll see how it's go. I'll listen to it in post, and maybe I'll put a little bit of backing jazz or something goofy on top. We'll see how it sounds. But so this is the main aesthetic. I honestly have always really loved the way this game looked. It just sticks out in my mind as I used to play so much stuff like this, and now there's just a million roguelikes. When this game originally came out, all right, when this game originally came out, there just was not, roguelikes were very much a new concept a decade ago. And I should say, in them being like such a, oh, here they come. All right, so one thing I do remember that's very important is, is ammo conservation is super, super important in this game. and hitting monsters is very, very difficult. I'll be honest with you. I did not do very good there, stabbing those things. There's very few things I remember about this game. I remember there's secret walls. I think its runs can take very long. Now that I'm saying this, I probably am going to look up like a run after this, just to see if somebody has ever been able to. I'm sure there's people that beat in this game, or have beat a run, but a run could take a little bit long. So we'll see how it goes. You know, if we die early, we die early. Maybe we'll run back another one. But I have been wanting to for the channel. I play a million things. I have a million games, and most of my joy comes from just sharing it with people. You know. All right. This one we're gonna. And let's see if we can get a stab. There we go. Yeah. So the knife is interesting. Very much in like Resident Evil. We want to shoot the big guys. What's interesting about the knife is you kind of have to have a certain distance to it. Crap. All right, we're just going to do this. All right, that was a good bomb. Sorry, I am. There we go. Okay, so yeah, very much like in Resident Evil, ammo conservation is important. The knife is very, very good. I just remember that very heavily about this game. You don't want to just blast through enemies. If you do, you will die. Now, there is a combination system. It looks like the only one I can make right now is extra bombs. And you do want to craft like ammo and nail bombs and like armor and stuff like that as you go along. But we'll get to that as we do. Really, the only audio in here is just like this luminescent light. Maybe it's part of the aesthetic, honestly. Maybe we'll keep it nice and eerily silent. This game, I don't know, it just stuck with me. I just really can't think of anything else quite like this. It's so eerie. It's so hard. We're gonna see if we can get a knife on this guy. There we go. There we go. So yeah, knifing is weird because if you're too close, you get hit. You have to keep them like just that, 10 or 15 pixels away to get the knife to pop off. It's better early game, later game. It's not as good. And yeah, the game itself, Teleglitch, it's a perfect name because I do have the scan lines on. I was trying to figure out a game to play today as I'm doing this recording. And I've just been like, I don't know. Let's see. These are like little computers you can read from. Militech Corporation, one of the largest military corporations of the modern world. Militech covers the entire war industry from research and training to supply, production, and strategic operations. 1 billion personnel all over known space and is estimated to own over 15% of the total resources of the human civilization. It's kind of crazy. If you listen carefully, you can hear like this fuzz going on in the background. This game has a lot of stuff like that, if I remember correctly. It's like I just love the way the graphics were done in this. It's like a little 2D, 3D. It's mostly top down. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is like the void. Oh crap. All right. How do we do this? Not good. You do not want to get surrounded. You do not want to get pulled into a corner. I did that. Okay, here's a whole bunch of canned meat, which is nice. We're gonna want to grab that. Do we take out the other guy? Or do you get stuck behind the door? We got him. Yeah, this is like the void. If you go into it, you die. And basically what you're trying to do is you're just trying to get to the end of each level. There is some value in... Alright, so we're gonna eat that. Actually, let me see something. Emergency evacuation. Request pending. Request denied. Standard resupply drops to facility are performed every 5 months via automatic transport ships. Current status: all operations abandoned due to negative profit outlook. Planet Medusa 1C quarantined indefinitely. So yeah, we've been kind of left here and we're just trying to figure out our own way out. I do hear something. It sounds like a vinyl crackle more than anything else. Doesn't look like there's much we can craft right now. At least not that I can remember. Usually, I think it'll highlight it as you go down. Right now, it looks like the only thing I can make is like the bigger bomb, but for now, we'll keep the small bombs together. There's also, yeah, like I mentioned, secret rooms. Sometimes, if I remember, you'll see like cracks in the walls, and it'll look kind of like there's like light peeking through to another area. And there's also these maps. They do kind of lay it out for you, although you can only see up to a certain percentage. What do we got here? We already came here. All right, so canned food storage. I can't remember. I don't think anything expires in this game. We are going to heal up a little bit, though. These first levels are generally pretty easy. It just, you get swarmed very, like, early on in the game, and now that I'm thinking about it, so you can see here, right? Like, maybe this is a secret area. It could be. I don't know if I want to waste any. We'll do one shot. Let's see if. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, I don't think that was a secret area. But that's kind of what it looks like. You'll see that stuff peeking through. Anything else of note? The generativeness of these levels and, like, the aesthetic. Just, like, the hum of everything, the CRT. I don't know. I always really liked this game, and okay, nail boxes are pretty good. I just really never heard anybody talk about it. Alright, so now you can see we can craft more stuff. So nail bomb, nail ammo. I want to say this, honestly, I'm blown away how much I remember of this game. I probably put like 10 hours into it at most, but some stuff lives in your head longer than the time you spend doing it, if you know what I mean. I want to say this is for armor. There's really no negative to building a plate. I think you maybe make a couple of them, and you can get armor, if I remember correctly. The crafting system, I mean, this is one of those things where it's just like, when I was playing it, they're like Wikipedia, or what do you recall, like the like game wikis weren't popular. There just wasn't a lot around the stuff. Obviously, the internet was, still in its prime. That's how I heard about this, but it's just a different time, There's a lot of other games from this era that I really want to play on the channel. All right, so we came over here. I'm hearing some crunchiness, which is making me nervous. This sounds like another generator room. All right. Shoots adhesive grenades, useful against swarms. Okay, one thing I do want to do. Okay, there we go. Is I want to separate everything out. We're gonna do it like that. This one I remember. It is good against swarms. Secret walls. This facility area contains some rooms that are quickly walled off with temporary materials, resulting in damaged-looking walls that can be destroyed with ranged weapons. Okay. Oops, wrong button. What's interesting, right? Like, I don't see any secret walls in here, but it is actually super useful to hit them when you can. All right, let's make sure we got the pistol out. We're going to reload said pistol. We got a 9mm clip, which is useful. Alright, so this is the teleporter room. This is the exit of the level. Plankton farm, abandoned sector. Left, teleport to military biology sector. More ammo. If you walk onto it, I think it immediately teleports you out, so we'll do a little bit more exploring. As this first level is usually like the straight up easiest one. And you definitely want to get as most as you can. I think the first, like, I was like level 5 and I was blown away when I did it, because it really is just like a one and done. Oh, you can scroll. Okay. And sometimes on these maps too, you can kind of get an idea of where there might be a secret wall, but I'm not seeing anything right now. I just love this aesthetic. I don't know, this game speaks to me. It speaks to me, y'all. Okay, I want to say one of these is harder than the other. You would think the abandoned plankton farm is easier than the military biology sector. I couldn't tell you which one I did, but we're gonna go right, just because. And I love this, like, CRT degaussing, like, color effect it has, where you have, like, the RGB kind of, like, separating from one another. I don't know, I'd love to see the shaders and the programming for how they made, like, these graphics. It's so cool. Alright, the situation is bad. The non-human combatants are everywhere and they attack me on sight. I'm going to try and move through the plankton farm complex next. The sector was used to feed a type of military critter we were cloning and developing about 8 years ago. However, the sector was abandoned after the critter project ended. The perfect war animal prototype was shipped away with its design blueprints for production, and there was no need for producing extra plankton anymore. If I'm lucky, the sector should still be deserted. I might be able to slip through unnoticed. No. And to be fun, you know what's honest, I couldn't tell you a single thing about any of these levels. So yeah, you can actually save and exit on levels too, which is cool. See, like, I can't remember what game I was talking. I think it was Synthetic. Synthetic is another one that I'll probably do for like this Rogue Gallery kind of mini series. It doesn't have save and exit, so actually we'll make it good for a video. This one it does. So if we actually, let's say best case scenario, we have the best run of our lives, maybe we'll split this into a couple episodes. But I would not bet on myself, to say the least. Anything on these computers? No. These games are incredibly difficult and definitely require an expertise. Last War Critter Project mini version, we had the famous huge version that carried lasers and miniguns. What? We have Plankton that carries miniguns and lasers. Well, there was also a mini version about the size of a pony, optimized for extra brutal close combat with barbed tentacles. I'm glad we didn't keep any blueprints after the project was finished. No comment. Hopefully we don't see that. I keep forgetting spaces like to back out. I don't know. The games that, like, this game to me, just, I'm going to talk about it ad nauseum. I'm sorry. This looks like, okay. It just oozes style, you know, like, I guess I can't put my finger on a single thing, but it's just like it almost feels like it has geometry. Well, geometry correction is not the right term, but that, I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but it has that PS1 feel to it in terms of like how the walls are moving and the textures are rendering. So that guy can walk into the goop, but I can't. Oh, really bad. Really, really bad. There we go. Yeah, we're doing okay on ammo. I really am just waiting till we can't knife these guys. And it's funny because, yeah, when I used to play this, I would never read these. Soylent plankton-based diet. Human food consumption was forever changed after the creation of soylent plankton. Superplankton is basically a mass of tiny, genetically modified bugs and plants present in such variety that all nutrients possibly needed by human organisms can be harvested from the mass. Since superplankton could be literally turned into any food known to man, it became quickly the staple for working class. The staple, I should say. Food made of real plants and animals became luxury only to be enjoyed by the few. It's kind of similar to that other game we're playing right now, Citizen Sleeper. But yeah, the other game that like sits deep heavy in my mind and I definitely will play as kind of like I'm slowly amassing just like a list of stuff that I don't know. I don't want this. If it were up to me, I could just play retro stuff only. I just love the thought that nobody is playing certain things anymore, and like, you know, you're just kind of on your own. It just reminds me of the old days where you may have a game that your friend has never heard of. You can share that with them. Just why I'm doing it now. But another one that definitely sticks out on my mind from that era is Dungeons of Dreadmore. Probably, I don't know if it might be more popular. That game to me that's just my college life, is that game. It is another one of those, I mean, there's nothing exactly like it. This guy we can definitely get a little stab on. All right, you know what? Okay, this is going to be one here. Nice. Could have been a little better. Okay, these guys you definitely have to shoot. The monkey man. All right, we're already getting into trouble. We're gonna do another one of these. There we go. Hopefully that took out the... All right, we're gonna do another one. Okay. All right. We're not being super effective with this fight. As you can see, this guy is not a stabbable boy. These guys also are a pain in the butt. You can just kind of tell by the size. Christ. All right, we got him with the last stab. 38 health. We use the med kit. Can we combine this? No. Yeah, that was not great. We used 3... I don't know. There's a lot of enemies. You have to kind of be pragmatic with this stuff. But that's very much the way this game goes. The military critters. Before modern battle mutants were designed from scratch to guarantee low cloning costs, Militech research was focused on modifying existing feral animal species to combat purposes. While native animals had a special spark, they were not optimized for cloning, resulting in high costs. Therefore, after our truly successful war critter, Militech shifted its research focus to fully designed mutants. Which is kind of what we're running into here. These are like a mix of human, animal, flesh thingies, whatever. All right. I thought I heard another door opening. Let's see if we can get some stabbies. 265, honestly, we're still doing okay on ammo. Probably a little more important for us. Ooh, here we go, perfect. To conserve health. This game, it just plays with resource management. I just remember being such a big part where if you get to a point where you get into a swarm like that and you don't have any guns, you're just either running away or not getting through it. And that is something that I'm trying to remember, because there is like a... there is a method to the madness in this game where I'm trying to remember if... I don't have a machine gun yet, but when we do, that will be useful. All right, this looks like a big room. Water boilers. I'm trying to, like, I don't remember if not killing enemies is to your benefit. They drop stuff, they do waste ammo. But, you know, in Resident Evil, if you play it like the straightforward way, you will run out of resources, especially playing on like a normal difficulty or hard difficulty. You can't kill every monster. I don't remember if this game is like that. I know I definitely never played it like that, but maybe that is part of the trick. The six-legged battle mutants too. The M1 battle mutant design was a remarkable economical achievement. They basically only needed plankton, water, and light to grow into fierce war creatures. Even a newborn mutant with the size of a cat had a military value due to its excellent battle protocols. Very interesting. I don't like being swarmed by those guys where I want to get out of here. Alright. And there we go. That's exactly the range we want to be in. Just slowly running back and getting little pops on them. There we go. Yeah, if we can take out stuff like that, the more the better. Hopefully we just get a surplus of items, and this seems a bit ridiculous, but I don't remember the game being like that. Alright, I haven't seen any secret rooms so far. I'm sure I've missed some. That did not sound good. Alright. These are the harder ones to stab. Alright, that is not a good... Oh, man, that was not great. And then also missing shots is not great. Alright, we cannot take any more damage on this one. Alright, as you can see, we're already starting to struggle a little bit. Because I suck. Oh, man. Ooh, thank you. Don't mind if I do. I will definitely take... can you combine stimulant? Makes you faster and produces pleasant side effects. Interesting. I think we just... Nail bombs are super useful too. They just kind of blow up the entire room. Only one of these for now. Nail ammo? need the nail gun in order to utilize that better. At least we're getting pretty good food drops. But yeah, back on the point of Dungeons of Dreadmore. Yeah, so the game came out when I was in high school. And I remember it being like $5. I can't remember if I saw it on PC Gamer. I feel like it was just on the Steam, new games page, which, 10, 15 years ago was a slow-moving, it was much harder to get on the Steam. This is before, or it might have actually been at the very beginning of gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It was like their Greenworks program, something like that. Y'all remember. It was like the, there was a program back in the day that you could, like, if you weren't a major publisher, you could get your stuff onto Steam by going through it. And I think it kind of fizzled out, and now it's a lot easier to get on. They just have a more standardized process for doing it. But I want to say Dungeons of Dreadmore was part of that. This is made by Paradox, so that was their publisher, and it kind of made it a bit easier to get on the store. The final work critter produced from vanilla animals was a mix of DNA from boars, sharks, rhinos, and some tentacled creature from planet Urquanix 2. It was truly a majestic creature, designed to wear composite heavy armor and use heavy-duty lasers and miniguns. The costs were enormous, as you can imagine, however. I don't remember ever running into that, but I can tell you right now, that seems like a boss monster we will run into. Alright, so I'm keeping an eye out for any of these secret rooms, but I haven't seen any so far. But yeah, Dungeons of Dreadmore is, it's like a turn-based roguelike. You kind of pick like 6 or 7 skills to start your character off with, and then you descend through 15 floors. It's very similar to Rogue, like the original, in that way, where you're trying to go down to the bottom, get an amulet. I think you actually have to come back up. The thing about Dungeons of Dreadmore is it's like super random. It's very, very difficult, and to complete a run, it took like 30 hours. So I remember a couple years after it came out, or maybe it was a shorter time frame than that, but at one point or another, they came out with a, like, I forget what it was. They had a funny name for it, but essentially like reduced the runtime by about a third. You just made the level shorter and increased your oh crap, what was that? I'm hoping that was canned meat. I didn't realize I had that selected. These guys kind of suck, not gonna lie. But yeah, so then it made it possible. Did I already read this? I think so. Yeah, I remember the proportion of a cat. Alright, let's keep an eye out here. Yeah, you basically want to get them like right there and then just kind of kite them backwards and get a couple of stabbies in. That sounds like a swarm, and that is the guys we don't like. Alright, nice. We got the last stab on him. Doing okay so far. As you can see, if we just were blowing through ammo, we would be absolutely out of ammo. That's the only thing I really remember about this game. But yeah, the thing about Dreadmore was funny is it ran on like a potato, and it was it's just like a perfect game for... I just used to play it during like these giant lectures. That to me... Okay, this is a secret room here. Can I stab it? No. I will use a bomb, I guess. Let's see how many shots it takes. 1, 2, 3. That may have been the more efficient move. I'm going to say it was. So here we go. I have proven myself to be true. I mean, the game told us about secret walls, so it's not that big of a secret. But yes, so we've got some ammo for some guns we don't have so far. Shotgun and machine gun. Hopefully we bump into those at some point. All right. And what do we got here? Plankton Vat Support Yard. Oh, I thought red doors were ones that were not open. It's actually ones that you have not been through, so there's definitely some stuff in that first level we missed, but hopefully it's not super important. All right, the kite game. As I frantically run in circles. Their movement patterns are great in this game too, because it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, right? Like, I don't know, the design choices. I love this game. I love this game. I'm glad we're checking it out. Yeah, the Dungeons of Dreadmore episode could be a long one. That kind of wrapping up that little aside there, because even so, it would take me several episodes to play it. Not to say I won't do it. I think I will at one point. I don't know if it'll be a Rogues Gallery or maybe it'll just be a main series where we just try and run it until we die. But I do remember my build because I put so many hours into it that I always was able to get pretty deep into the game with. I just never beat the game. I got very close one day. I played it for like 8 or 9 hours straight, and I had all my friends over, and I just was so sleepy. I made one misclick and died on the final boss. But yeah, that broke me, and honestly, I don't think I actually played the game after that. I played hundreds of hours of it, and making it to the final boss and misclicking and then dying was pretty depressing. But it's been probably 8 or 9 years since I've played it, easily. Honestly, probably, yeah, probably. I'll have to take a look. That one I haven't opened up in a long time. I'll check on Steam, but it's been a really long time. I'd love to go back and play it, though, because that was one of my favorite games, and just so many hours in college. Kind of half taking notes, half slowly stepping through this level. Fantastic game. Still available on Steam and still runs. Definitely worth checking out. All right, more about these mutants. The M1s get microchipped right after hatching. The microchips enable them to understand and comply to human voice commands from their designated masters. In addition to drug synthesizers that provide a relaxed state of mind for the mutants, the chips are equipped with suicide devices. The suicide self-circuit launches automatically if the chip observation protocols determine a self-originating danger to friendly actors. I'm not quite sure I understand what that means. I'll be honest with you. Guess they blow up if they get too close or something. All right. Lovely. Lovely. So this is the next teleport. Oh, hello. Ah, man. That could have been worse. I'm glad we saved the ammo there. What do we got here? A tube. I feel like... No, nothing we can do with it yet. I'll definitely take all of these things. We'll eat the canned meat. We'll eat the canned meat. And we will... Let's see. No, I think it's E. Yeah, you can move all this stuff to the bottom for now. Doesn't seem to be doing us much good. I just want to keep these bombs somewhat separated, so we'll keep the nail boxes there, just so I don't accidentally scroll and blow myself up. They have like a 1 second delay. Alright, so this is one possible teleport out. Teleportation to support systems. I'm not sure. I don't remember many of these levels. Especially because they're like, okay, this is... Okay, I was like, man, I thought we already came in here. I see chomping over here. This may not be worth our time, I'll be honest with you. Okay, never mind, there's items. 1, 2, 3... 4. I'm actually just gonna try and... We're doing a quick scope. I don't see anything. Alright, can we get this quickly? Yes, we can. Trying the Resident Evil strat. I'm seeing if it's... Because if I bunch them up, I can... Oh, crap, we do not want to take damage, though. I'm pretty sure they can open doors. Coming in here seems like a bad idea. Nothing of particular interest in here. Alright, now it's getting a little crazy. Let's just see if we can escape them. Hardware. I don't know what that is. Alright, this is bad. That was about as bad as it gets, to be honest. Oh, crap. Alright. Did not realize. That was really, really poor gameplay on my part. Those things don't blow up enough. Alright, we've lost enough health. Yeah, making sure you hit your shots is very good. I honestly thought we were going to die there, and I was going to be very sad. We got lucky that those guys don't hit for a lot. Box full of metal junk. Looks useful. Very useful. Well, it was definitely worth coming over here. Shoot snails. Amazing damage and rate of fire. The only problem with this is that it actually wastes more ammo. So we make nails from nail boxes. Only effective at close range. We haven't found a... We've got a... You know what? I think we're going to try the nail gun. I think... Why not? Let's just... You know, sometimes you got to do it. We have no ammo, so we do need to craft some. Nope, that was definitely a mistake. That was... Oh, no. Okay. 1... Okay. 2... 3. What's interesting though is why are these? Can I not merge these together? Maybe you can. I'm not sure. All right. I'm hoping that was the move. It looks. We'll see how much damage it does. We found the tube. We found the hardware. That might be a gating choice for us to kind of. Let's pick. Let's eat another. I can't believe how much damage we took. Extremely unfortunate, but I hesitated. We shouldn't have gone into that room. It probably would have been a little better for us if we, because I was trying not to kill those guys. So that was just a mistake. I hear the goop. And I see, okay, let's try out our new gun on this guy. 1, 2, 3. About the same. That's the goop area you do not want to touch. Am I hallucinating? I could have swore I saw a guy there. Nothing so far. Water treatment complex. I imagine this is another way. You can. I imagine this is going to be another teleporter around here. Let's see what this says. Teleglitch Incident 3. We missed the other ones. During the experiment, Miltech scientists will aim to teleport a single random molecule from the other side of the universe into the facility. The molecule size was picked to guarantee safety in both ends of the transportation. Smaller particle leaving its original position might create a nuclear reaction, while something with a larger mass might potentially carry some risk for the experimenters. So they're trying to teleport stuff around. It looks like they've gotten some success in terms of teleporting. Now, what would be nice is if we find another pistol. More shotgun shells. Finding another gun would be pretty sick. We really just got to kind of scour these areas. I do remember that being somewhat important. What do we got here? Is that another... Oh, I thought it was another pistol. I was like, my prayers have been heard. Nice, another nail box. We got more ammo. Let's make another plate. Oh, and there's the armor. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so we only get 50 armor. But that is feeling good. We've upgraded our gun. I'm actually, like... I think I thought for some reason the crafting system was like a lot more difficult. I was like, I do vaguely remember one night just kind of like idly Googling to like, what are the best recipes in Teleglitch? Because I was thinking about doing this video for a while. And I remember not getting too much on it, but actually the fact that, you know, it shows you all the recipes. That's how it should be. Just make it simple. I hate crafting systems in games, but this is perfect. It's not overly complicated and it does what it needs to get done. I'm still not super pleased with the fact of how much damage I took in this room. Hopefully, and by hopefully, I know that this game, you know... Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh, we almost missed the machine gun. Whew, okay. Definitely keeping... The map is our savior. I just saw the little icon on there, and we cannot be missing major items in a level like that. That is definitely no bueno. Alright, I think... Alright, so there's water boilers. Looks like the only area we haven't hit so far. We're gonna check it out. Yeah, so... Man, it's just crazy though. I've just been looking up I checked out a whole bunch of other games last night. Like, I was just trying to find some interesting stuff to play, because there's so much stuff on YouTube, right? Like, I don't know. Nobody wants to, well, maybe that's not true. I guess everybody wants to watch Fortnite stuff, but nobody's watching, you know, small streamers play Fortnite and games that are just at the peak of ubiquity. But stuff like this, I was also like, so I guess a little behind the scenes banter, right? I had some other stuff that I had written down to check out, and that's kind of what I was doing late last night. That's how I'll quantify my bouncing around and kind of idle playtime, we'll call it. All right, so I almost used the wrong gun. It seems like it's about the same as the pistol, but the fact that we were able to convert so much ammo from the nail boxes feels like it was the right choice, just because it seems like we're getting more nail boxes now. But I was looking at, I had written down a whole bunch of stuff like, hey, maybe it would be fun to do like a holodeck hour, or just a kind of a first look at some of these games. And one I checked out last night was this one called Aaron Shore, which has gotten it's gotten some publicity. This guy, honestly, there we go. Yeah, I want to be a little bit more careful. We really want to conserve. All right, give me another pistol now. We really want to conserve our armor. Teleporter location marked on the map. I didn't even know you could do that. And that's what it looks like. Yep, I already knew where that was, though, so... Thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, Aaron Shore. It was kind of advertised, and it definitely is. I think that's it. Can I get down there? Was there a way? I don't think we can get back there. I see on the map there's like that little area, but I don't believe our movement permits. Oh, wait. Maybe it does. No, I think that's just a gap. I don't think we can get down there. Yeah, the game has been advertised as an offline MMO. And it definitely plays like that. Now, the idea of that, it's not to me, it's not necessarily a brand new idea. Games like Dragon Age Origins definitely feel to me like an offline MMO. What's unique about Aaron Shore is it has like global chat and people, there's like a trading board, and when you log in, it feels it literally is like an offline, or it's just an MMO. It is literally just an MMO simulation, for lack of a better term, which sounds kind of interesting to me. I don't play a lot of MMOs anymore, but very nice. I still play a couple. I play old school RuneScape to an extent. I would say I keep my subscription active. It's kind of just like I don't play it a lot, but it's just a game I've always liked. You can probably tell I love old stuff. And I do play Final Fantasy 14 maybe for a few months every year just to kind of get my kick out of it. I just love Final Fantasy as well. So, but back in the day, I used to play a ton of them. So the idea of the game, I just thought it'd be interesting, right, to check out. So I did check it out last night. Let's continue the story after I read this thing here, though. The smells of damp plankton brought back old memories. Why does that look so weird? Of when I first came to the facility. Idealistic and full of enthusiasm. If I had only taken the job on Athena 6, an ocean planet covered with warm tropical islands. Life would have been a lot easier on that planet. They were producing personal companion robots over there with designs ranging from French maids to personal entertainment tentacle monsters. Oh well. Yeah, it definitely sounds like choosing the zombie plankton facility over the French-made robot tropical island planet was a bad call. I would definitely chalk that up to bad judgment. Anyway, next up is robotic hardware assembly. This was the place for tech workers and hardware-minded people, all dealing with nanochip wizardry and interesting metal bits. It's a good thing we were creating mostly separate parts here and not fully functional battle robots. I would not like to fight Militech battle robots. I have a feeling we are going to have to fight Militech battle robots. Found one secret, combined 7 items. Monsters in void. Not sure what that means. We're moving on, though. Level 3. All right. We're doing all right. Let's start ourselves with another healing. Ooh, rifle ammo and another med kit. Okay, med kit 25. You know, we got 3 of them. Let's not have to search for it in the heat of the moment. There's no other way to heal. Anyways, right? Top ourselves up. Can we go back through the teleporter? That would be kind of interesting. All right. I mean, this game though, this shit just bangs. Like I can't. There's no other way to put it. This game's awesome. Poison Gardens MO4, or number 4. I must take a small break from tending to the Poison Gardens. Biology Administration AI protocol will be taking care of the plants for a while. However, I would prefer if some of you guys would do this. Let me know. The Poison Gardens. Not sounding like a great place, to say the least. I'm feeling good, though, with our health, our armor, and our ammo. We've done some good crafting, and we at least have an upgraded weapon. We also have this machine gun, which I'm going to put there. We'll hold on to it until we really get into some bad crap, as they say. As they say. I'm getting nervous. I'm curious, though. It's okay. This. Let's see. This. What? Who is shooting? I like that you are shooting them for me. I don't like that he is shooting me, but I do like the idea that he is helping me take out guys. All right. Boom. That will help. Now, okay, do not shoot me. All right. We definitely want to get rid of this guy sooner than later. Whew. All right. It's got to be done. All right. Oh, he dropped a pistol, though. How sick. Okay. We are taking a lot of damage. We're going to heal up. And we're just going to clean these guys out. All right, that was a very difficult swarm. As you can see, our armor definitely came in handy there. I am stoked, though, to get another pistol. And I'm actually going to rotate that back up to the top because it seems to have a bit more stopping power than the nail gun. The nail gun's going to be our backup for now. Oh, come on, man, really? And we are past the point of knifing people. We're back to shooting boys. All right. Well, let's definitely get some more armor. So basically you need 2 plates, which is 8 canned meat, I think, to make armor. Which is a nice trade-off because you're healing and you're using those items. But that was a tough room. We did get a pistol off of it, which was nice. Our bomb did do pretty good. The next time that happens, I need to be a bit more cognizant, though. We have to drop. That would have been like a nail bomb for sure. That was probably one of the more difficult, hopefully one of the more difficult rooms on this floor. Let's reload all of our weapons. Oh, we got more grenades, too. All right. We're going to be more pragmatic. We're going to identify threats and deal with them. We're gonna be we have more ammo. We're running a little bit lower on health, so we're just gonna be blasting, to say the least. I already feel like we're gonna have to put ourselves to the test here. I love the aiming in this game too. It's like not super straight. Okay. Oh gosh. All right, we're already having to put ourselves to the test. That was not good. Where's the machine gun? Okay. Can't meet, don't mind if I do. Oh God, that is not what I was trying to do at all. I was trying to cut through the middle there. Kind of reminds me of Dark Souls in that sense, where like anything can just mess your day up. We got the void over here, which we want to avoid the void. Oh, come on, man. But yeah, it's also interesting. It's like as everything kind of has like a run and stop, and then when you're aiming, as in most games, you slow down, right, as you aim down your iron sights. We're not doing great. The game is picking up in difficulty as I expected it to. This game is just tough as nails. Robot AI protocols. It was realized almost 100 years ago that no true intelligence, artificial or quote-unquote natural, if there is any difference between those, does not exist without individuality. This means also that the robot keeps learning and acquiring experience through its military career. Incidentally, this has made intact robot heads or brains especially valuable for battlefield scavengers. All right, what would be nice is finding a little secret room. Okay, this is not good. We want to get away from this guy. We missed all those. Prioritizing not dying. Seems to do 2 shots. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, he hit them both? Come on, dude. Really? Jeez. Alright. More canned meat it is. More canned meat it is. Machine gun's going to be our get out of jail card. Let's switch back to the nail gun for now. We're running a little bit lower on the pistol. So as you can see, resource contention is coming into play. Damage is increasing. Resource drops. You really have to play smart. Hopefully we don't have to switch back to knifing in the near future, because these monsters smack a lot more. Okay, there's something over here, though. We definitely want to get that. Was this just a dead end? That does look like a secret to me. I could be wrong. Am I wrong? Looks like I was wrong. Just the same asset. All right, watch out for the void. That would be a terrible way to end a run. Oh. Music to my ears. Medkit 50 is beautiful. Fortunately, yeah, we are getting lower on our healing. Just the hum of machines. All right, Courtyard B. All right, what an exciting past couple of areas. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Gosh, I feel like I may have been in the start of the story, but man, those swarms got me jonesing, to say the least. I hear more. The humming of robot arms and whatnot. Okay, there he is. I was like, what is that sound? Lovely, lovely. Thank you for being behind something that was... Now, that is interesting. I wonder if we could position ourselves behind some things to make our lives a little bit easier. What do we got here? Revolver ammo? Nail box. Can make another nail bomb. I think I want to... I don't know. I don't know yet. I kind of just want to make it... No. We're just going to hold on to things for now. I'm not... Oh, gosh. Maybe not. Oh, please. Nope, this is it. This is it. Oh, and there we go. There's the run. Oh, come on, man. We were doing so good. I was ready to go for like another hour. Gosh. Is that ringing in the game, or is that my actual head ringing? I can't tell. I wasn't ready. I was not prepared for a swarm to... You can see this game is brutal. This game is brutally tough. I should have... I was trying to switch to a grenade there. I should have started shooting, but... That's how the game gets you. You know, you... don't it you let your I let my guard down for a second and I got swarmed. But man, not a bad run. Level 3 is about usually where I remember myself dying. I think I only got to like level 5 once or twice. In case you didn't notice, you're dead. Yep. So that's our overall score. But you know, that actually, we're like right in an hour. So this actually wraps up perfectly. I was hoping not to, I can't continue, I know. I was hoping to go for more than an hour. But what are you going to do? So what's interesting is, I don't think this is like, the last time I played this was definitely before Steam Cloud was around. If you reach level 5, then you can jump immediately back to level 3. So that would have been sick if we would have made it to level 5, but clearly we didn't. But I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun with this. I think I'll run this again. The whole point of the Rogues Gallery, right, is similar to the Holodeck Hour, where the Holodeck Hour is just more, you know, one-offs, and not one-offs per se. That would be more first looks. Holodeck Hour is more just whatever I'm in the mood to play, just a little bit of chat and a little bit of playing. The Rogues Gallery, there may be repetitions of games, right, because the games are, as is the Holodeck Hour, it's just more for repetitions of roguelikes. I don't know. We're all here for fun. I think I could see myself doing a couple more runs of this. This was really a nostalgic little trip, and I'm pissed I died right there. Gosh, I feel robbed. I definitely feel robbed. So I think we did everything right. We just let our guard down. And we could definitely take that same path. So maybe the goal next time is to reach level 5. But that will be for another video. You know, go buy Teleglitch. I think it's like, you could probably find it for a couple of bucks somewhere. It runs really well. It's interesting that it runs in 4:3 as an aspect ratio. But if you like isometric, it's not really isometric. If you like top-down 2D survival horror, or just survival horror, or just roguelikes, go check out Teleglitch. It's pretty cool. I think you'll like it. But as always, if you enjoyed today's content, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, interacting, etc., helps the algorithm, and I appreciate it a great deal. Helps more people find the content and spreads more of these old obscure games in some particular instances for more people to see. With that, y'all, this has been Spock Plays on the Rogue Gallery. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.